When it comes to romance in anime, I always start by examining for two things. 1 and 2. Is the anime aiming to be a lighthearted slice of life comedy romance, or is it trying to dig deeper and pry the emotions out of me? Let me set the scene. I'm a college student. It's COVID-19, the halls are cleared. I sit on an empty chair, prop open my trusty Chromebook, and stumble across the pet girl of Sakura-Sou. Right from the get-go, I strap myself in for a lighthearted, slice-of-life comedy romance, cause astaghfirullah, minute 1, I like what I'm seeing. The show follows a boy named Sorata who lives in a dorm called Sakura Hall, a dorm with a school-wide reputation of housing all the strange kids. Not wanting to be associated with that label, he's got one goal: escape! It's the classic. Feeling inferior due to society's expectations and not giving what you have a chance because you're afraid of failure. I'm talking about you, fellow anime viewer. The average person doesn't say, incestuous behavior, let me watch this for fun. Or, incel behavior, let me self-insert with this loser and believe I have absolute dimes falling for me. Or, pedophilia. No, this is exactly what you're trying not to show to the public. From a young age, we know that anime can cross the border between what is openly acceptable and not, so closeting your true interests in, is what we learn to do. Soon enough though, Mashiro, an absolute oddball, shows up to the dorm. A girl at the age of 17 can't even cook her own food. Okay, that's not too absurd. I'm 20 and I can't cook. She can't even clean her own room. Okay, that's not absurd. I'm 20 and my room's a perma mess. She can't even prepare her own clothing for the day. Ha! Got you there, Mashiro. She does have one thing going for her though. You wouldn't guess it, but she's a masterclass painter. Misaki, also a certified oddball resident of Sakura Hall, is an animation and storyboard prodigy. Even Ryu, a tomato munchin, maid lovin' neat, is a coding genius. But Sorata? The average person. A word of advice I really wish I knew growing up when I had more time on my hands is that skills is really what sets you apart from the rest. And I don't just mean, you've gone through 10 grueling years to study and become a doctor. Or, you've spent 6 years playing League of Goddamn Legends only to peak plat. No! Skills is in develop your interests. Skills is in follow through with your passions. If you're 13 and you really want to play the guitar, don't ever give up, because by the time you're 30, you'll be a master at something that you really enjoy. For me personally, I'm in the process of learning Japanese. I know, how original. But I know, even though I've got the IQ of a dancing cockroach, by the time I'm 40, I'm gonna look back and be proud of myself for developing a lifelong skill that I'm passionate about. Sorata is put on Mashiro duty, where day after day, he's gotta pick up her clothes, clean her room, do her laundry, the whole 9 yards, and for what? Unbeknownst to him, Mashiro is providing insight on what it means to accept yourself for who you are and achieve your goals knowing your own personal limitations. Her inability to be independent doesn't stop her from exerting discipline and perseverance. She could live comfortably painting for the rest of her life, but instead, her true passions reside in manga drawing, and she won't stop until she achieves this goal. So, what does Sorata learn from this? It's maturity. Sorata comes to the realization that, hey, there's more to Sakura Hall than it being a residence for oddballs, but rather to keep an open mind. Enjoy the little mishaps in life, that as long as you're around people who put a smile on your face, nobody else's opinion matters. He finally accepts that he is a core member of Sakura Hall, that he too is an oddball amongst many. Often I feel like my life is the embodiment of Sakura Hall. Most anime viewers started off closeted. It's a cruel world out there, man. If the wrong person finds out you're into 2D high school romance, it's over. But all it takes is confidence and acceptance of yourself to go out and find like-minded people that can lead you to the path of personal success and happiness. Due to all this, Sorata develops a new passion for coding, and decides that for their school's culture festival, Sakura Hall will pool their efforts to create an interactive game their school can work on together and play in the theater. And this, my friends, is what makes Sakura Hall stand out from most slice-of-life animes. Unlike Clannad, a total failure of an anime might I add, but that's a topic for a later date, they hype up this play that Nagisa, a shy, precious little girl, will present in front of the entire school, an original and touching story, but when the time actually comes, the play is so unmoving, so basic, a complete waste of time. Like, I'd rather be seen with a body pillow at graduation than rewatch 23 episodes of Clannad. But Jay, After Story is what makes the anime a 10 out of 10 life-changing. No, it was just as bad. Sakura Hall is different. Minute 1, they experience prejudice from the student council just because they come from Sakura Hall. Day in and day out, we see each individual crunching out work with the limited time they have left, and when the time finally comes, the so-called outcasts of high school society put on this amazing play where at the climax of their game, they pull out this risky stunt which requires the students to join in on Sakura Hall's shenanigans and confess their love to the entire theater to beat their game. And the students do it. The students play into Sakura Hall's games and experience a core memory they will live with for the rest of their life. From a boy who is unable to accept who he is, conforming to society's beliefs without forming an opinion of his own, to pursuing his passions in life and finding like-minded lifelong friends along the way. In just 12 episodes, this anime has taught me so much about maturity that I can apply to my daily life. When I watched it the first time, when I watched it the second time, and when I even watched it the third time, it made me think, wow, how can I not want to achieve my goals in life? Why am I still playing League of Legends? Did I mention this anime is 24 episodes long? I highly suggest you watch the anime for yourself, as I skipped a lot of drama and romance plot lines, and if you thought the play was the climax, oh my, the ending is amazing. The anime in its entirety is a masterpiece, and I just wanted to share my opinions on how this seemingly simple comedy romance anime has changed my life, and I hope it does for you too. Hey! If you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much. Please consider subscribing. It means a lot. This is like the type of videos I do want to make in the future, but god damn! I've spent like 2 weeks on this video and it's so short! It's my first ever proper video I've ever made, so hopefully for the next video I'll be a little bit faster, a little more efficient. Anyways, toodaloo. Goodbye.